Hello, my name is Bethany Hewitt and I am here at Hewitt Oaks, and I wanted to share with you a really quick and easy way to throw together a salad. During this time of needing to grab things from the pantry, I actually created a recipe years ago on the fly in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is where I started Southern Graces. We had at the time acquired a venue space that had formerly been a ladies who lunch kind of spot. And so I was at the building, we were working on renovations and all kinds of things to make it better suited for events. And 4 ladies stopped by thinking that they were coming to what was the former Eva's Cafe in Knoxville, and were there for lunch. And being the hospitality driven girl that I am, I felt really bad to send them away without having anything to eat. And so I asked them if they would just have a seat and be gracious with me. I would throw something together so that their trip was at least not wasted. And so I went into the kitchen, and there was very few ingredients because we weren't really stocked there just yet. And so I started pulling some things off of the shelves and came up with what is now our citrus salad, which for years has been one of our most popular salads. And so today I want to share with you a really quick and easy way to make an orange marmalade vinaigrette. It's so easy, you can throw it all into a mason jar and shake it and it will be done. And then I'll also share a couple of ideas for how to adapt it based on what you have in your pantry. So first we're gonna do about a half a cup of olive oil. And so you can see I'm pouring it directly into the mason jar just for ease of putting it all together and having something less to clean, which I know we can all appreciate these days being at home. Next I'm going to actually, in the pantry, I actually had a can of mandarin oranges. And so what I decided to do was to use the juice. So I've opened a can and I'm draining the juice in with the oil. That would serve as the liquid, the water portion of a traditional vinaigrette. We're gonna come back to those oranges in just a minute. So far we have a half a cup of olive oil and a half a cup of oranges in a can, the liquid. You could also use a half a cup of water if you don't actually have canned oranges at home. And then we're gonna put in some vinegar. Now, at the time, years ago when I was creating this, I actually had rice wine vinegar, which really worked for that day. The ladies were gracious and they ate everything, so I'm assuming it was decent. But since then, we have adapted to using white wine vinegar. But I will tell you that should you not have white wine vinegar, rice wine vinegar, as well as apple cider vinegar would easily substitute. Next, I looked in the fridge and we happen to have some orange marmalade there. And so I decided that that could work as good as anything. And so I'm gonna put 3 tablespoons of orange marmalade. Now with the orange marmalade, there are orange rinds in it. I actually think that that really adds to the flavor. And so that's no worries there. And then I wanted some sweetness, and I could have added sugar. A couple of teaspoons of sugar certainly would have worked, but at the time I didn't have sugar, so I used some honey. And today I'm actually using some friends of ours, Poets Blend honey, which is local honey here in Bluffton, South Carolina. So if you haven't checked that out, you totally should do that. And then lastly, I looked on the shelves, no fresh herbs around, and I threw in some thyme leaves. So about a teaspoon of thyme, and literally I decided, all right, let's give it a whirl. And so I simply added those ingredients together. And as you can see, I'm just shaking it right in the mason jar. And then what I did was I took mixed green salad. I took the oranges from the can of juice that I used, served oranges on the salad, and then in the cupboard, I also had some pecans. So I added some pecans to the citrus salad. And then in the refrigerator, there was some cheese. Turned out to be smoked Gouda cheese that was cut, actually left from an event that we ended up not using all of it. And so it was cut like this, and I literally tore the cheese with my fingers and created some chunks of cheese for the salad and served it with the vinaigrette, and actually had some chicken left over that I put on top of the salad, and they raved about it. And fast forward at the time, about 2 months later, when we opened Southern Grace's Bistro in Knoxville, Tennessee, this was a menu item that was definitely very popular and well received. Just a couple of tips for you. In the event that you don't have orange marmalade in your refrigerator, the great news is that any jam would work. So you could make a raspberry vinaigrette this way. I even pulled out some lemon curd because in a pinch, a lemon vinaigrette would be delicious. And then also some mango preserves would make a delicious salad. And in addition to that, if you don't have time, don't worry. Basil leaves in the raspberry is really delicious, as well as in the lemon vinaigrette. So I just encourage you to think outside the box like we're all doing these days. And I really hope you enjoy a quick and easy salad.